All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking open what you could call the ultimate AI artist toolkit from Google. We're going to walk through how you can take a simple idea that's just rattling around in your head and turn it into a fully realized video using some of the most powerful creative AI tools on the planet. So let's jump right in. I mean, have you ever had this perfect scene playing in your head? A specific mood, a character, an action, and just wished you could speak it into existence? Well, that's pretty much exactly what we're going to explore. We're going on a journey from a simple idea to a polished image, and finally, to a full-blown video, all powered by AI. Okay, so the best way to wrap your head around these tools is to think of them as your own personal creative studio. Think of Gemini as your sketchbook. It's for getting those rough ideas down fast. Then you've got Imagen, which is like your set of professional high-end paints for creating incredibly detailed photorealistic art. And then there's VO, and VO is your entire animation and sound studio, all rolled into one. All right, first things first. Every creation starts with that little spark of an idea, right? So we're going to see how you can take just a handful of words and turn them into a picture. This is where your whole creative journey kicks off. So first up, we've got Gemini. This is your go-to, your AI sketchbook. The whole point is that it's fast, it's clever, and it's right there where you're already working so you can whip up images conversationally. It's the perfect starting point for any kind of visual brainstorming.
And honestly, the workflow is beautiful in its simplicity. You just, write out what you're thinking, a simple description, you fire it off to the AI, and boom, you get an image back. It's a really direct line from your imagination straight to the screen. And you can get really weird and wonderful with it. You could ask for something as whimsical and specific as this, and Gemini just takes that text and makes it happen. And here's the key. The more descriptive you are, the closer the AI is going to get to that picture you have in your head.
But here's where it gets really interesting. It's the conversational editing. See, this isn't just a one-shot deal. You can upload a photo of yourself and literally just say, hey, can you add a llama next to me? Gemini gets the context, which lets you just keep refining your ideas in a totally natural back-and-forth chat. Okay, so you've used your sketchbook, you've got a decent starting point. But what if you need more? Like way more? What if you need something that's gallery quality? Well, that's when it's time to refine the idea. And that means we got to compare our two image tools. And this is where you have a really important choice to make. You'd use Gemini for those quick, in-context images that need to just blend right into a conversation or a document you're writing. But for those times when the image quality, the photorealism, and the artistic detail are absolutely everything, that's when you turn to Imagen. So let's put it this way. If you need that absolutely pixel-perfect, jaw-dropping image with incredible photorealism, or you're trying to nail a very specific artistic style like, say, Impressionism or classic anime, Imagen is your tool. No question. It's your specialized, high-powered tool for getting that final, polished piece. All right, now for the real magic. We've gone from simple text to a high-quality, static image. But what if we could make it move? We're going to take that amazing static image and make it move, make it breathe. And to do that, we meet VO. This is Google's absolute state-of-the-art model that can generate high-fidelity video and often the sound that goes with it from nothing more than a text prompt. This is where things get, well, pretty mind-blowing. Okay, but what are we actually getting here? You're getting a full 8-second clip. It's in 720p HD, which looks great. It runs at that smooth, cinematic 24 frames per second. And this is huge. It can generate the sound to match, all from that one prompt. Now, making a video like this is an instant, right? It's pretty complex. So the way it works is kind of like ordering a fancy coffee. You put in your order, that's your prompt, and the system hands you a little digital ticket. You can go about your business, and then a few moments later, you just check back, and your finished video is ready to pick up. And this is where the whole toolkit just comes together beautifully, because you're not locked into using just one. You start by crafting that perfect, gorgeous first frame with all the power of Imagen, and then you just hand that image off to VO to bring it to life. Okay, let's walk through an actual example. Super simple. We start by giving Imagen a really clear descriptive prompt. We're not just saying a kitten. We're directing. We're setting a scene, a panning wide shot of a calico kitten sleeping in the sunshine. That gives Imagen all the delicious detail it needs. So then we take that beautiful image we just made, and we hand it and the exact same prompt over to VO.
Now, Veo is smart enough to understand panning wide shot. It doesn't just make the kitten twitch its ears, it actually moves the virtual camera to create that cinematic panning effect. It might even add the soft ambient sounds of a quiet, sunny afternoon.
All right, you've got the tools, you've got the workflow, but to really become a master of this digital studio, you've got to learn how to talk its language. You have to learn how to speak to these models. And the secret, as always, is all in the prompt.
A great prompt isn't just a lazy sentence. Think of it more like a recipe. You've got your main subject and what it's doing, sure. But then you layer in the style, the specific camera moves, the composition, even things like the focus of the lens, the ambience, and the audio you want to hear.
I mean, just look at the level of detail in a prompt like this one. You're not asking for a man on a phone. You are directing a scene. You're the cinematographer specifying a close-up, a shallow depth of field, a mood of urgency. This is how you get results that look like they came straight out of a movie.
So, there you have it. We've gone on the whole journey, right from that first little spark of an idea in Gemini to a perfectly polished piece of art with Imagen, and all the way to a living, breathing video with Veo. Let's wrap it all up in one simple guide.
So let's just boil this all down into your final cheat sheet. It's super simple. For quick, conversational, in-context images, use Gemini. For that top-tier, best-in-class image quality and specific artistic styles, you're going to want Imagen. And when you're ready to make it all move with motion and sound, that is a job for Veo. So, the power of a complete creative studio, it's literally at your fingertips now. The sketchbook, the paints, the animation suite, they're all ready to go. The only question left is, what are you going to create? Thanks for joining this explainer.